everyone, welcome to my channel. And today, I will be reading a Bakugou by Sunflower Shadow on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Aside from Deku, no one has ever really attempted to show Katsuki any kind of genuine tenderness. Though maybe it could be blamed on his rough exterior and the way he treated people. He has friends, but honestly, Katsuki keeps people at arm's length, and he prefers it that way. It's not like he needed anyone's kindness, for that matter. He was just fine on his own, so it wasn't bothering him. And well, when he started acting that way, that's when it started bothering him. That's why he bothered him so much. No matter how much he yelled, no matter how hard he tried to push you away, you kept coming back. At least Deku was preaching. He was easy to be annoyed with. But you were different. Your friendship was quiet, understanding. You had never asked Katsuki to be anyone but himself. And even when you bickered with him, you did it out of love. It was also strange to him. Too strange to believe it's usual for someone like him. But his love was the wrong kind of love. It was embarrassing, honestly. You were supposed to be the soft one, the one who held all of the feelings. He wasn't supposed to care, but he did. He cared so much that it hurt sometimes. And the worst part was that he didn't know how to show it. It started off all slow. First, he only noticed how beautiful your smile was, and he had been puzzled with himself. Because when had he become the kind to like these things? He chalked it up to your persistence. It was your fault for talking to him every damn day. Always checking on him. Always seeing through him. And that was yet another thing that he hated. He couldn't lie to you, no matter how much he tried. Not in a way that was believable to you. Anyway, meeting your genuine persona with anything but honesty made him feel like he was the scum of the earth. It was horrible. And that was just how you had gotten him to fall in love. He felt so damn guilty. Every time he lied to you, every time he brushed you off, that eventually he had no choice but to open up. In his own way, of course. There were no tears from him, and certainly no grandiose therapy sessions about his past or feelings, but to let down some of his edge around you. He smiled, laughed, and his jokes were a little more endearing than mean-spirited as usual. He realized that you were his best friend, and he also realized that he was in love with you. But by the time he got there, it was too late. Watching you fall in love with that idiot Kaminari was painful. More painful than seeing you smile. More painful than caring. More painful than any of the time that he had almost told you the truth, but almost didn't amount to anything. Not when it came to this. He had always felt guilty when he lied to you. And these days, he was drowning in lies and guilt. You would ask him how he was, and he would say he was fine, and that he was happy for you, and he'd go another day without telling you the truth. He didn't know how to. What was there to say? It ate him up from the inside. Watching you with someone else. Having to lie to your face at every occasion. He tried. He tried to be angry with you. Then, it was too difficult. He tried to be angry with Dinky. And that was a little easier. But eventually, he realized that there was really no one to be angry at. No one but himself, anyway. He hated liars, and he hated cowards, and he had become both of those things, all because of you. Patience had never been one Skatsky's strong suit, but he'd be damned if he couldn't try his best for you. He waited. He waited through the rest of high school. He waited through every fight you and Dinky had, every birthday party, every New Year's, where he couldn't be the one to hold you. He waited, and waited, and waited, and one day, long after you both graduated, we knock on his door. He opens it, and just like always, your stupid, stupid, beautiful smile is there to greet him. You look different this time, staring at him with an intensity that he had never seen in your eyes, and he lets himself hope. He lets his heart flutter out of its cage for a moment, as you confide in him that there is something that you need to tell him. He watches as you reach into your coat pocket for a small card, and he remembers again how infuriatingly wonderful that you are. He slipped the paper into his hands, and for a moment, he's too caught up in his own head to look at it, but then he gestures towards it, and he returns to the present. He looks down at his hands, and the very last of that hope, it falls away from him as he realizes that you were giving him a wedding invitation. He smells stiff, but you're too excited to notice. And when you ask him how he's been, and tell him that you miss him, he says that he's fine. And he also says that he misses you too. And for the first time in years, he didn't have to lie for once.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.